Two of the most shocking things we've learned from the recent court TV video titled Stephan Sterns Police Interview. Madeline Soto murder, which is linked to below and dated Monday, May 20th, 2024, is the potential cause of death of the 13-year-old daughter of Jennifer Soto, along with the movements Sterns may have undertook after her death. According to Joseph Scott Morgan, a well-known medico-legal death investigator expert, Maddie may have suffered massive head trauma at the hands of the man who is currently in jail awaiting trial. It is the same rumor I've heard about Maddie allegedly suffering blunt force trauma, but this has not been confirmed yet by any official entity. These details are painting a horrid picture of what could have unfolded after Maddie walked into the fading sunset of Sunday evening, twirling blue streamers in the air at her grandma's house. Did she know it was her last sunset? Was it her last moment of earthly peace? The next morning wouldn't reveal another normal school day at Hunters Creek Middle School for the teen. Instead, there was a flurry of 911 calls and claims from Soto and Sterns that Maddie never came out of school after being dropped off nearby that morning. If Maddie did suffer a blow to the head from Sterns, this leaves so many questions to be answered. Where did this head trauma take place? And when? Did it happen the evening of Sunday, February 25th, 2024, after Maddie celebrated at her 13th birthday party after leaving her grandmother's home? Did it take place in the Santa Maria Drive condo at Venetian Bay Villages? What object was used to cause such serious head trauma? Was Maddie able to scream, or was she caught off guard and unaware? Joseph stated that any massive head trauma would no doubt leave copious amounts of blood. I can't help but think of the irony of Sterns telling the cops that Jennifer had a blood appointment that Monday. More verbal leakage from the man who is a bad liar? It sounds like a lot of cleaning up would have to occur in the wake of such a horrific crime, one that would be difficult to hide from any other occupants of that condo at the time. Or did the crime take place elsewhere, such as in the car that Sterns reportedly used to transport Maddie's body from one place to another? Joseph said that investigators would have to rip that car apart to garner evidence of the exact locations of where the crime took place.
After they say he dumped the backpack and the laptop in the dumpster about 8:10, and the timestamps when they found the car in St. Cloud about 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We still can't account for the late morning and the early afternoon on February 26th, that Monday.
Joseph Scott Morgan, again, we only have about 20 seconds for everyone here. We don't have the medical examiner's report, but what questions would that answer that we don't have tonight?
She, from what I've heard, she has sustained massive head trauma. And I think, for me at least, that car has to be torn apart from stem to stern. They need to look in every nook, every cranny, because if that is the case, that's just what I've heard, I can't verify it at this time, there would have been a copious amount of blood. So that would have to be accounted for, and that would put her in that car possibly in a post-mortem state.
It's no wonder investigators had enough evidence to charge Sterns with capital first-degree murder. Although recent court documents revealed that Maddie was caught on surveillance video slumped over to her left-hand side in the front seat as Sterns drove near the Venetian Bay Villages condos the morning of Monday, February 26, 2024, reporter Shannon Butler revealed to Court TV that it has not been released yet, but she has been told they do have other videos of Sterns moving Maddie from the front seat of that car into another location where they say he dumped her body. So why did Sterns move Maddie out of the front seat? I shudder to think of the possibilities, knowing the sick proclivities that have already been revealed about Sterns. This newly leaked information could account for the large time gaps in Sterns' timeline that he gave the cops, as we recently heard in his nearly 45-minute-long interview with police on February 27, 2024. Sterns obviously didn't tell the truth, even when confronted with inconsistencies in his story.
came to that conclusion. They had other video too of her dumping the backpack and her laptop, so that helped a little bit with trying to make that statement from the sheriff. But they were pretty sure with that video that Madeline was not alive when she left that apartment complex. He did, though, we know that has not been released yet, but I have been told they do have other video of him moving her from the front seat of that car into another location before they say he dumped her body.
Wow. Wow.
Even when the evidence reveals more about Sterns' actual timeline and movements, along with Maddie's true cause and manner of death, what we may never discover is why it happened. Will Jennifer Soto or Stephan Sterns ever fess up about what actually took place as Sunday night bled into that Monday morning, that Maddie was reported missing, or will they continue to clam up? Now that we know more of what those forensic vans may have uncovered in the bowels of that sinister condo in the wake of the crime, what more will the forensic findings tell us? Either way, Maddie's story is unfolding as we inch closer to seeing Sterns in court one day, if he shows up and leaves his jail cell. In the meantime, I got a great update from the Orange County Sheriff's Office of Public Records, who had previously quoted me nearly $900 for the body cam videos and other public records associated with Jennifer and Stephan reporting Maddie missing that Monday. They told me today, I just wanted to let you know we received payment from a different requester. Once the records are complete and provided to the original requester, we will release the records after that. I just didn't want you to make payment and have to be provided a refund. I do not have a time frame of when the records will be completed. Thank you. So even though we don't know when those videos will make their way into my inbox, at least we know they are on the way. So before long, we should see more of what Jennifer and Stephan told the cops during those crucial first hours after reporting Maddie missing. What's most important is that investigators didn't believe the tale being spun and did their due diligence to make an arrest and work towards getting Maddie justice. Stay tuned. I was surprised to see that Sterns identified himself as a Christian on his jail forms after all that ranting on Reddit about religion. Yeah, life isn't about religion or legalism or some man-made rules. It's about a relationship with Jesus, something Sterns might want to desperately seek out right now. Habakkuk 1:11. Then they will sweep by like the wind and pass on, but they will be held guilty, they and all men whose own power and strength is their God.